We have an incredible stack of sources today. We are pulling from clinical framework articles, insights from top-tier estheticians, and video transcripts from dermatology and beauty experts.
It's a really comprehensive look at the biology of mature skin.
And our mission for this deep dive is to give you a shortcut to a completely updated science-backed approach to aging, to save you time, money, and a lot of frustration.
Because the trap most of us fall into is that traditional luxury aesthetics, they focus almost entirely on the stratum corneum.
Which is just the outermost layer, right?
Exactly, the dead surface layer of skin cells. And when you only treat that surface layer, you completely ignore the massive underlying biological shifts happening in your body as you age.
So if the surface hardware isn't the main issue, if the glitch isn't there, where exactly is the bottleneck in our bodies?
Well, the sources point to the cutaneous microvasculature.
The cutaneous microvasculature. So basically the invisible plumbing beneath the surface.
Right. We are talking about the microscopic blood vessels directly beneath the skin. As we pass 40, this network naturally begins to weaken.
It just thins out.
Yes, it constricts and thins. And when that delivery system falters, you get this devastating biological domino effect.
And looking at the clinical frameworks, it starts with a nutrient deficit.
Exactly. The cells are literally starving.
Because if the microplumbing is shrinking, the volume of blood reaching the upper layers of your face just plummets.
Right. So your skin cells are starved of oxygen and vital nutrients.
Which perfectly explains that persistent dull fatigue you see in the mirror.
And that deficit directly triggers the second domino, which is the collagen crash.
Oh, everyone hates the collagen crash.
I mean, we all know we need collagen. But the specific cells responsible for synthesizing type 1 collagen, the fibroblasts, they operate like tiny factories that are strictly oxygen dependent.
So if your microvasculature is weak, local oxygen drops.
Exactly. The fibroblasts sense this hypoxic environment, and they basically just go dormant. They stop producing the structural scaffolding, and the skin begins to visibly sag.
So the engine fails, the factory shuts down, and then we hit the third domino, toxic stagnation.
Yes, because sluggish arterial blood flow inherently means sluggish lymphatic drainage.
So the metabolic waste and the fluid your cells produce, they just have nowhere to go.
Right, they just pool in the facial tissues. This is the physiological mechanism behind that chronic morning puffiness.
And the stubborn hyperpigmentation that just won't clear up, right?
Precisely. So if surface creams physically cannot penetrate deep enough to reach this failing plumbing, we have to approach it systematically.
From the inside out.
Exactly. The clinical framework suggests treating your daily diet as internal cosmetic medicine to specifically fuel the gut-skin axis.
And the cornerstone of this protocol is a very specific, nutrient-dense green smoothie.
It is highly specific.
The sources outline a base of raw kale, fresh watercress, and frozen tropical fruits like peaches, mangoes, and bananas.
Right, to get those vitamins in.
But wait, this is where I always get tripped up with these protocols. Fruit is packed with sugar. If we are drinking a blended fruit smoothie, won't that cause a massive insulin spike and actually trigger the inflammation we're trying to avoid?
That is a great question. What's fascinating here is a mechanism called the metabolic hydration break.
The metabolic hydration break today.
You do not blend these ingredients with water or juice. You blend them with unsweetened organic coconut milk and plain full-fat coconut yogurt.
Oh, I see. So the fat physically acts like a biological speed bump for the sugar.
Precisely. The heavy, healthy fats from the coconut physically coat the stomach. When the fruit hits that lipid barrier, the sugars are forced to release as a slow, steady trickle.
So it keeps your blood sugar flat.
Exactly. Completely flat while still delivering the nutrients. But the sources issue a severe warning about the type of coconut milk.
Right, the hidden thickeners.
Yes, you have to avoid industrial thickeners, specifically carrageenan.
Because carrageenan is a huge trigger for gut inflammation, right?
Huge. And especially if you are pairing this with intermittent fasting, which the sources highly recommend. Introducing carrageenan to an empty, fasting gut causes an immediate immune response.
Which sends systemic inflammation straight to your skin.
Exactly.
So once we have this clean, high-fat base, the specific internal cofactors offer an incredible return on investment.
They really do.
like the broccoli sprouts. The framework mandates sprouts, not just adult broccoli, because they have massive concentrations of sulforaphane
Right, and sulforaphane actually activates your body's master antioxidant pathway.
to detox the liver and clear up the complexion.
Yeah.
And then they mention microgreens for vitamin K.
Yes, vitamin K is clinically proven to strengthen those microscopic capillaries. So if you have deep under-eye circles from fragile blood vessels, this fortifies that plumbing.
And finally, taking spirulina with chia seeds.
Right, because taking spirulina with the healthy fats in chia ensures those fat-soluble vitamins are actually absorbed through the intestinal wall.
Okay, so we are fueling the cells from the inside. We've established our investment.
We have built the internal engine.
But how do we protect it on the outside? We need an insurance policy to stop that hard-earned hydration from just evaporating.
This is where we have to fundamentally rethink our surface routines.
Right, because mature skin, and especially skin of color, suffers from accelerated transepidermal water loss, or TEWL.
Exactly. TEWL is the evaporation of water straight through a compromised skin barrier, leaving that ashen look.
But before we stop the evaporation, the sources have a simple 10-minute test to identify your true skin type.
It's so easy. You just wash your face, apply absolutely nothing, and wait 10 minutes.
And if your skin feels tight, you are dry. If it's shiny with visible pores, you are oily.
But the critical distinction here is that both types can be severely dehydrated.
Wait, really? How can oily skin be dehydrated? Isn't oil a liquid?
It is, but dehydration is specifically a lack of water within the cells. Your skin needs water for function and oil to seal it in.
Oh, I get it. So if the barrier is damaged, the water evaporates.
Yes. The skin panics and overcompensates by pumping out excess oil to plug the holes. You end up greasy on the surface, but tight and flaking underneath.
Wow. Which brings us to the cleansing audit. The experts warn against alkaline cleansers, even natural ones like Castile soap.
Because Castile soap has a pH of around 9. Your skin's acid mantle sits at about 4.5 to 5.5.
So washing with a pH of 9 just violently strips that protective mantle away.
You are literally dissolving your own barrier.
Instead, they advocate for the oil cleansing method using unrefined coconut oil. The principle just dissolves right.
Exactly. The coconut oil binds to your hardened sebum, melting away makeup without any harsh detergents.
Leaving the acid mantle perfectly intact. And once you've cleansed, you move to the tone, treat, lock sequence.
Yes, this is engineered specifically to halt that transepidermal water loss.
So first, you tone. You spritz rose water or aloe onto damp skin.
Flooding the stratum corneum with water molecules.
Second, you treat. You apply a water-based vitamin C serum directly over that damp skin.
And you have to leave it to dry for a full 2 minutes so it can stabilize.
Right. And finally, you lock. The sources refer to this as the melanin lock.
This is where we dismantle a massive myth about heavy plant butters causing acne.
Because the lipid molecules in raw shea or mango butter are actually too large to physically clog a pore. They have a comedogenic rating of 0 to 2.
Exactly. They just form a breathable shield on top of the skin.
So for the melanin lock, the instructions are highly specific. You take a pea-sized amount of raw shea or mango butter and add exactly 1 drop of black seed oil.
Right.
And the sources explicitly say to press this into the face, not mix it vigorously in your hands first.
Yes, that is crucial.
I mean, I guess mixing it in your warm hands is like opening a soda before you're ready to drink it. It just ruins the specific acidic pH the vitamin C needs to stay active.
That is exactly it. The friction and heat alter the chemical environment. By pressing it directly over the serum, you create a physical lid, trapping the hydration underneath.
It's brilliant. And speaking of physical lids, we have to mention the sunscreen hack from the beauty experts for people struggling with melasma or a white cast.
Oh, this is a game changer for skin of color.
You use the standard 2-finger length of regular SPF 30+ sunscreen, let it set, and then layer your regular iron oxide foundation over it.
Right, because the iron oxides physically block visible blue light, which triggers melasma.
And you create a makeshift tinted sunscreen that perfectly matches your skin without the ashen cast.
It's such a smart workaround.
So we've fixed the fuel delivery, and we've locked the surface barrier.
But what happens when the actual architectural scaffolding begins to sag?
Right, the bone, facial fat, and muscle. Skincare simply cannot reach that deep.
It can't. This is where we need mechanical exercise for the face-to-force microcirculation and ATP production.
And the easiest way to start is controlled herbal steaming.
Yes, 3 to 5 minutes, 10 to 12 inches away from the water.
Using loose-leaf chamomile because it contains chamomile to calm redness. But the experts strongly noted a safety warning here.
A very urgent warning. Absolutely no concentrated essential oils in the water.
Because they can cause literal chemical burns when vaporized.
Exactly. It's disastrous for a mature skin barrier.
So after steaming, we look at the high-tech devices. Microcurrent versus microneedling.
Microcurrent, like the new face, acts as a gym workout for the face.
It boosts ATP by 500%, right?
Yes, and clinical trials show up to a 21% reduction in wrinkles just from lifting the muscle.
Wow. And then microneedling creates microinjuries to build collagen and gives you a massive 66% absorption bonus for your topicals.
Exactly.